Hello traders, right, it is Saturday morning, 8 o'clock-ish, and I had a sudden thought, why not do a BTC sort of uh, top-down analysis. So the monthly, and important to remember, this is not trade advice. We'll see where I think this might go. Saturdays are notorious, or weekend should I say, for BTC. The ADR is low, it's a fifth of the previous 10 days. But it can either go bonkers on a weekend or it can do nothing. So this is just an analysis of the candles as I see them. So this is a monthly. We can clearly see we're in an uptrend, low, high, higher, low, higher, high, higher, low, higher, high. So that is an uptrend. It is the 19th of the month, so there's no reason to believe this would actually reverse again right now. The previous month closed green on here. We don't have enough data for the RSI histo. TMA is not showing any green, which is not a very good sign. I'd want to see this flickering green and so on and so forth if we had strong, and this is a slope meter. Disregard this at the moment because this is set to 15 minute, 5 minute, I'm talking about BTC, 15 minute, 5 minute, and 1 minute. So as it stands, we are in a retracement to the downside. So the TMA looks good when it's really, really a strong angle. That's the angle, and I love angle indicators, which is why I'm loving the Bollinger Bands. Relatively new indicator, back on my charts. I've used it before, didn't really understand it. As I've said many, many times on here, with 20 years under my belt, and that's just to remind newer traders that stumble across my stuff, I've learned to trade naked candles, and the 3CR came about because of that. I learned initially, like every newbie or most newbies, we all think indicators are the holy grail because we see a few arrows on the charts and the price goes up with up arrows, and it's just shocking how good some of these indicators are on the face of it, and then it all goes a bit tits up when you try and trade it. Not the case anymore, because I've taught myself candles, I've taught myself everything that there is to possibly know about trading that is worth learning, in my opinion. So anyway, sorry for the ramble there. So monthly is telling us we're in an uptrend, clearly. What's the weekly telling us? Oh, this is brilliant as well, but we won't worry too much about the RSI histo dashboard at the moment. The weekly is telling us that we've got a sort of a 1, 2, 3 higher low going. Oh, sorry, a 2B reversal going on here. Disregard that wick because I'm more interested in line charts and I can see them in my sleep. So we have a 2B reversal that does happen to be a 1, 2, 3 higher low here, but that's a 1, 2, 3 higher low on this time frame. But it is also a 2B reversal on another time frame. The candlesticks are telling us that we're testing. We've actually broken a supply level there. You can see the thin grey line is where this weekly candle currently is, and we are above that old, you can see it on the line chart clearer. We have broken that line chart high there. I didn't even look at that before this. I decided to make this video. I can see these things in my sleep. It becomes second nature. We are bumping into this. This is the next problem level we're going to have. And as you can see, we have got a slight descending trend line according to these. I mean, whoever says trend lines don't work is a muppet. That's all there is to it. We've got high, 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 or high, lower, high, and we've broken that trend line. So that's quite interesting as well. We've got the green TMA, which is now more momentum. It's a bust, pullback, break and close out of the high of that. Bust, pullback, break and close out of the high of that, which is growing momentum, as we well know. Even the MACD, which doesn't often sort of follow these two. It's a different indicator and I use it for a different reason, but we won't go into that here. So this, on the face of it, is looking extremely bullish. We have got the momentum. You can see why we've got that momentum trigger the arrows printed. If this disappeared, if this actually all of a sudden turned into a red candle with a big tail at the top, in other words, an inverted hammer or something like that, then this would have disappeared. The arrow will disappear. They only print and don't repaint if the candles close. But having said that, I always used to say wait for the candle to close and then wait for the pullback and then continue. I don't do that anymore, but that's again subject of other videos. So currently, based on this weekly candle that closes tonight, Sunday night, tomorrow night, we are still quite bullish, but we don't have to take the advice off the weekly candle like we didn't have to take the advice of the direction of the monthly. We can look at the daily and see what's going on with our indicators again. Well, daily yesterday closed with growing momentum. We had a push up, a pullback, the red candle, and increased momentum. Plus, we've broken across, above all these levels here now. This daily, if we considered this to be a 5-minute chart, we would be looking for a break of the high, so that there is no reason to think any differently when we're looking at higher time frames. So today, whilst this is a big green candle and whilst we have broken levels of resistance, I'll show you what I mean by that. That yellow level there is a resistance line broken by this candle. This may well spend the whole day today because, as I said to you, these daily ranges at the weekend can be rubbish. We may well spend the whole day today testing that level. We may come back further on Sunday, but because they do, the candles, whilst I said if this was a 5-minute, we'd expect that to go up, we could also expect a couple of 5 minutes or 3 or 4 5 minutes to pull back. So no reason to expect this to shoot up like a rocket. We can expect to test this area of interest, if you like, for the buyers and sellers to mess around. So this is a good signal for bullishness here and here. If it was 5-minute, I would expect to trade the break of that high. But that's not to say that we won't have a few internal candles, inside bars, whatever you want to call them, and then break the high of that. So all eyes on that high. So I can put a level there. This is my analysis. As I say, this is what I do every chart. That's the high of that daily candle now, D1 high from yesterday, 18th to the 10th. So we're in this range here, but this is suggesting long. There's no divergence. You know, we've got a higher high here, and there's no divergence, negative divergence, bearish divergence, whatever you want to call it. MACD's agreeing with the long analysis as well. We can draw a trend line through here as well. We know we've clearly broken this level on the left hand side as well, so there's no reason, you know, it may come all the way back down to here before continuing up. So I'm sorry, I'm not a signals seller. I am an analyst, a technical analyst using candles, swings, line charts, Bollinger Bands, pivot points, you name it, I've done it, and I've accrued that sort of depth of analysis down. Sorry, got distracted there. So H4, what's that telling us? Let's have a look at H4. Well, we can clearly see we're sideways. We've got an H4 range here. The low of that H4 candle, hopefully you see that. The high of that H4 candle, you can see that. So a breakout above that high would suggest that we're going to continue up. So you could draw your levels on there. There and there. So this is a breakout zone here now. We've got a clear level of, or 2 levels of interest there. You can even go into further depth and do the open and close levels internally there, as I would if I was scalping, because this on a gold chart could be, you know, from the open level of that red candle there to the close level. Well, we haven't got a decent close because this is still open, but an open and close level, a breakout, especially that open level, or the highest of the 2. Let's put one on there. I've got the tool for that. There. We'll put one on the other one just to prove my point. And there. So they're close, but they're not identical. Now that is a zone, an open and close area. BTC has got horrendous spread. So, but let's suppose this is a weekday and we're trading gold or US 30 or DAX or whatever. That could represent 100, well, no, probably 200 or 300 points on the DAX or the US 30 or the US 100. It could represent 30 pips on gold. And as a scalper, I'd be all over that if I got the right triggers on this and so on and so forth. So again, based on this chart, we've actually got a downtrend at the moment, connecting those sort of levels. And again, that would agree with our analysis to break out of this blue area here, this turquoise area here. Notice that's filled in the third. That should alert actually. Let's have a look. Indicators. Maybe I've got it on silent or didn't update. This is a different template, of course, to my usual one for BTC. That's why. Set this up for the weekend. So that should start making a funny noise now. There you go. Both ETH and BTC are both red. When they're pink, it's get ready to sell. When these are turquoise, it's get ready to buy. But when they've turned proper green and proper red, it's a sell signal on the 1 minute. So I won't go through H1, M30, M15, but we could have a look at, let's have a look at M15 for that potential sell. So we've got 2B in the opposite direction. Now let's swing 1, 2, 3. That's the break of VIX Brandio's high, that candle there. So the low of that candle would be our suggestion to sell. And as you can see, this is pushing down right now. So there's our blue zone there. You can see the distance between the two levels now, those H4 levels. I know it's annoying, that alert, but I just wanted to, this is why I forget to put it back on and stuff, because I'll switch it to shut it up. But it is a fantastic free tool. By Nick Bixby, fantastic coder. It's just incredible. So obviously all these other pairs are closed now. It's the weekend, but we can continue that downwards, you know, or tighten it up, should I say. That's the original one off the H4. Now this would be, with all the right signals and stuff, it's going to test that level there. None of these are precise. This is just an idea. Come back and test, and then potentially something like that. It could easily just collapse for today, as I said, based on the D1 and all that lot, you know, analyzing like it was an M5. You could have 2 or 3 D1 candles, yet this could be accumulating for Monday's move or whatever. And that's it, guys. So that's a long-term sort of my thought process. Is not trade advice, but having said that, I am ready to take this long or short based on all of my indicators and how they work. And that's it. We can trade, as I say many times, as a scalper on a 1 minute chart. I can trade up, down and sideways. And if you follow me and use these indicators like I use them, you will shave years and years off of your trading education. And you will also, if you take my advice and never trade live money for the first 3 or 4 years, or whatever you do, because I can't quantify how quickly you can pick this stuff up now, because it is so good in my opinion. You know, it might take you a year, it might take you 2 years, but never ever trade real money when you can't trade. And you can't trade until you've got at least, in my opinion, based on my progress, 3 or 4 years under your belt. And back then as well, when I was learning, which was 15 years ago, when I started to trade profitably, but 4 or 5, so add another 4 or 5 to that, because it's so long ago I forget. If I'd have known what I know now, I wouldn't have considered putting real money into a live account, but I did and lost fortunes, and almost every starter does. So listen to me when I say trading real money doesn't make you clever, doesn't make you brave, doesn't make you, anything but stupid, really. That's all there is to it, because you are training your brain. That's the point I was trying to make just now. You're not training yourself to trade, you're training your brain to deal with the adrenaline rush of making a good trade and then hitting another trade and losing, and hitting another trade and losing, or whatever, increasing the size to get your losses back. And that is where you will lose fortunes, in my opinion. Okay, sorry for the rant at the end. I hope this has been helpful to you. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.